this opportunity to tell you how amazing God is and how He's working, and even the most far-removed person. Never to give up, keep praying. So, I want to open the word of prayer real quick. Heavenly Father, I just pray for your blessing upon me as I speak, that my words will be your words. Help your Spirit to form the words in my mouth and lay it on the hearts of those who need to hear what I have to say. Just let it be known that you are mighty, your grace is powerful enough to reach anyone, to change anyone, no matter what they've done or what they've been through. Your grace can forgive, can save them, if they will turn to you. In Christ's name. Well, about a year ago, I never would have thought I would be standing here. Just about a year ago, probably this week, was the day that Crystal and I found out that we were going to be having Piper. She was pregnant with our second child. Seemed like it should be a great day, but it also turned out that night was the night that she found out that I had relapsed again. I was addicted to OxyContin. Have been for many years, and tried to quit. She thought I had quit, but in reality I had just been using for a long period of time. And so that night, the same night we found out Piper was coming, she told me she couldn't stay with me anymore. She couldn't keep Jackson in that environment. Couldn't bring another baby into that environment. So that was definitely a hard thing for me to deal with. But when you're that deep in addiction, and you can't really see what's going on, and so it didn't even hit me then to change. It still took more time. Just to go back and give you a little background, I grew up in church, grew up in the South. Went to church on Sunday just like everybody did. Said the sinner's prayer when I was 10, got baptized, and was close with God for a little while. But as I got into high school, started partying and drinking and doing those kinds of things. Definitely not walking close with God. I lived that way for a long time. I had my heaven card. It was punched. I was going to heaven. I had said the sinner's prayer, and so, out of one side of my mouth I could say, "Keep me safe, Jesus," and out of the other side of my mouth I was cussing and drinking and doing whatever I wanted, just living a selfish, sinful life. And lived that way for a long time. Crystal and I got married. We both felt like we wanted to have a relationship with Christ, but me specifically as a man, tried to shape religion into what I wanted it to be. I didn't need to go to church. I didn't need to fellowship with other people. I was saved. I knew Christ. I could read my Bible. Of course, none of that happened. I had no relationship with God, so I kept falling further and further from Him, trying to find things to replace the one idol that I needed in my life, Christ, with everything else. With a high-paying job, with a nice house, with a nice car, with a boat. All those things from one to the other. None ever filled up that God-shaped hole I had in my heart. So when I hurt my back, I was introduced to pain medication. Found out that if I took it, I stopped feeling unhappy. I didn't have to deal with whatever was going on around me. And for a while, I just kind of dabbled in it and kind of playing with fire. In 2007, I was separated from the military. Jackson was born. We moved from Colorado back to here. So we had all these changes going on, and I had no rock, no foundation, nothing to lean on to deal with all those changes. So the drugs, the pain medication became that for me. I became more and more addicted. I had to use more and more. My addiction was getting worse and worse. And it became so bad that typical amount that you would get for a doctor, let's say that would last a month, I was using about that much 3 times a day. So I guess if you're looking street value, it would be about $800 to $1,000 a day pain medication I was going through. So when you're in that deep, you certainly are hopeless. You don't see any way out. I was extremely depressed, became suicidal. suicidal, wanted to kill myself many times. I would go into Jackson's bedroom at night and lay by his bed for hours, thinking I was spending my last moments with him, because I didn't know if I was going to come home the next day. I was either going to overdose, or I was going to kill myself. And during that time, I knew what I was doing was wrong, but the drugs helped me cover that up. So I started feeling bad, and to deal with it, I'd just go use again so I could forget about it. But there were times that I tried to stop. I tried everything but God. I went to 5 or 6 different psychiatrists. I took 10 different antidepressants. Why was I so unhappy? What was making me feel like this? Why couldn't I stop this? I went to Narcotics Anonymous. I tried 12-step. It lasted for a little while, but I was trying to do it. Neil could fix everything. My whole life I've been a very, buck up, you can do this, and if you can't do it, you're just weak, you just need to try harder. And for years, I couldn't beat this addiction. And so my self-reliance was getting in the way of relying on Christ. And every time I tried to fix it, I was trying to fix the symptom of my deeper problem that wasn't being addressed through a relationship with Christ. So finally, Crystal left. My mom came down. She said God woke her up at 5 o'clock in the morning and just told her she needed to come and talk to me. She drove down. I lived about an hour away at the time, and she just talked to me. Told me that Christ is the only way to fix it. And I told her, I said, I've turned to Christ. I've fallen on my knees and cried out, fix it, God. And the problem was when I cried out, fix it, God, I expected God just to transform me, work a miracle. And there's no doubt He can do that. But I didn't want to do the work to read His Word every day, to pray to Him every day, to change my life, to fellowship with other people who believed in Him. Until I did that, nothing changed. It would last for a long time, and I fixed the symptom, but not the problem. So I agreed to go to Teen Challenge, primarily because Crystal said if I agreed to go somewhere and get some help, that she would move back home, and I'd have Jackson and her close again. So I went to Teen Challenge, which is a Christian-based recovery group. It was supposed to be a 6-month program. I stayed for 7 days. And I'm sure when I was coming home, my whole family was terrified of how I was coming home, what was going to happen. But while I was there, as short a time as it was, Christ was working with me. Every day, I went to the chapel and I prayed and I asked for His Holy Spirit. I asked Him to change me. And I saw people there that had been changed by not anything they had done, but by completely surrendering and giving themselves to Christ. That was the only way they changed themselves. And I realized that that's what I needed to do. It was funny, when I was there, I actually thought of Emmanuel and Drew. I'd been here a few times. And I just felt really led to come back here when we got back. All of you have been so nice to us. We came here before. Were amazing to us when we started coming here. And so I came back, and on the 2-hour ride home from North Carolina, I prayed the whole time. And when I got back, I just felt the joy and the peace. The joy and the peace I had been searching for so long, through so many different things. I hope that I could change, that I was changed. And when I decided that Christ was the only way, I made coming to church the priority. In the church, before I didn't think it was important. Now it's essential. I don't schedule everything else around church. Not because that makes me holy or saved or anything, but because I need that closeness that you get from being here, and that you get from talking to other people who love you. It's indescribable. I have a peace, and I hope now, that I'll search for forever, that never came until I just gave up everything and let Christ lead my life. The only idol I needed was Him, and I tried everything else first. And after it failed, I finally reached out for him, and he just reached out and pulled me up. It's amazing how he changed my life. I'm the husband that my wife deserves, the father that my children deserve. I'm not perfect by any means, but I try. I know what I need to do, and I'm willing to pray to God to ask him to help me to do those things. There's a verse that's been very important to me throughout this time, several verses, so I'll just read it. It's Paul in Romans. He says, more than that, we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who's been given to us. That hope that Paul is talking about comes from the promises of God, the promises that this life is short and we'll see Him, we will stand before God one day, and none of this will matter. That hope is what gives me the strength and the peace that I've searched for forever. So don't lose hope. If you have somebody that's struggling, pray for them. My wife prayed for me constantly. My mom prayed for me constantly. Lots of you are in the church that prayed for me. And those prayers are what changed my life. I didn't do it. Christ did it through your prayers. And I just praise Him. Just thank you for giving me the chance to talk to you. And if you know somebody who's struggling,